everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my YouTube channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, you know what it do, what it is, what's up. I hope that you're all good and you've been holding up for the past 2 weeks. Just as an update, just in case you are new to the channel and none of you have noticed, I do post every single 2 weeks. So I'm not frequently going to post every single week. So I will post this week, I will skip next week, and I will definitely be posting the following week after that. Now that we've gotten all the formalities of subscribe, notifications bell, and don't forget the comments down below out of the way, let's get into what this video is actually going to be about. So before we actually get started, just as a disclaimer, you might want to get a cup of coffee or tea or juice, whichever one works for you. But for me, I'm just going to have some rooibos tea because it's about to get heated. In today's video, as stated down below, I will be having an unpopular opinion. See, now this opinion is going to address both females and, of course, males. Don't get me wrong, I admire females and males beyond measures, but sometimes they just develop these characteristics and these features that really I do find as very unattractive. I do find it as very manipulative, and I do find it as very hypocritical. So first, to start off with the one that is burning me, the one that has been burning me for the longest of time, the one that has been burning me ever since I knew I was a female. That's the one that I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with males. We live in a world where females are always constantly targeted, whether it's through assault, emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, rape, or even murder. I honestly don't believe that it gets any worse than that, but actually, wait a minute, it does. We are currently living in a world where men think that they have the right over a woman's body, that they have the right over a woman's choice of clothing. They have the right over what a woman can do, what she can say, and what she can wear. And honestly, I don't see where that sense of authority came from. To just sidetrack and give you an example, I was literally out today. I had to go and buy a couple of school books. There I was, fully dressed in a hoodie, jeans, sneakers, with a mask on. You completely can't even recognize me. There I am walking, and I literally just got out the car and I'm already being catcalled. And that's like, you know what, I'm just gonna ignore it. So I decided to continue to where I need to head to. And the moment I turn a corner, then there's more people. And now I'm looking behind me because I have the fear of, what if something actually happens? There's absolutely no one else on this road. There's actually no one else who's going to help me if I get into trouble. And I'm constantly looking behind me to see, am I safe? Is this area clear? And bear in mind, it's broad daylight. It's not like men actually care whether the sun is out or the moon is out. See, that whole story just goes to show that no matter what you're wearing, as long as I am a female, I will always be a target. I will be a target to a man. I'm supposed to be another man's victim, another man's crime scene. In actual fact, I don't think you deserve to be called a man. See, you bear these characteristics of having these animal-like tendencies, and trust me, I do believe that animals have more compassion, more empathy for their women than this human little boy tendencies that you tend to have. And the ridiculous part is that you do all these things in order to call yourself a man, but please do answer me. The comment sections are pretty much open. Do answer me. What makes you a man by forcing yourself on a woman? What makes you a man to see a woman cry? What makes you a man to see the soul of a woman who was innocent that you barely even knew leave her eyes? What if that makes you a man? And if at all it makes you a man, why would you want to be a man like that? You see, I've always had this saying where I say, no matter what you do, you can say that you don't want to let society down, because at the end of the day, you are society. So don't come to me and tell me that society paints males in these type of ways. They say that women need to be submissive and obedient at all times, no matter what. When a man talks, that is when a female needs to sit upright and listen. Who are you? You are not my mother, and let alone I don't have a mother because of you. To think that every day I need to walk past a little boy and look at you like at your big age, you still have tendencies like this? You still think this way? In a world where we've evolved, where we've realized that we're not living alongside each other to be submissive to one another, but we are living alongside each other to work with each other, I'm sorry. Why do you still have that mentality that a woman needs to be submissive to you at all times? I'm just tired, you know? I'm tired of hearing, am I next? I'm tired of having to know that out of 3 women, at least 2 women can attest to the Me Too movement. I am tired of hearing, men, we need to do better. We need to do better. I don't know, it's just a thought. Maybe you need to stop saying we need to do better. Maybe you need to stop talking, because you see, in this generation where we've evolved, there's one thing that I've learned about the other gender, and that is simply, you are all talk. You are my baby girl, my one and only, and the next thing you know, he's telling 5 other girls the same thing. You're all talk. I love you, but you fail to show me that you love me. Rather yet, you think it's best to show me that you love me by leaving your handprint on my face. Oh, wait. You have an excuse for that too. I'm sorry, babe. I did it out of love. You made me angry. I had to discipline you. I'm sorry. What? Discipline who? There is no need for you to raise your hand at a woman in any circumstances. If you feel like the argument is getting a bit too much, walk away. If you feel that you are getting too angry and you might just burst out, walk away. What is stopping you from walking away? Because I believe the same energy that it takes you to turn around and look the other direction is the same energy it would take you to lift your hand, clench your fist, and punch a woman in the face. I just can't believe that I'm living in a world, in a century where we've evolved so much, but we still keep cave-like mentality. We still choose to go according to ways that we know won't work in our century. I don't know who told you that the more women you rape, the more masculine you become. I don't know who told you that the more women you assault, the more muscles you gain. I don't know who told you, who allowed you, who said it was okay for you to ever believe that a woman was meant to be your slave. And if she refuses, you just simply discipline her in any way that you want. To treat her like an animal that she is not. To treat her as if though she doesn't have a voice. See, I don't know who taught you all this, but honestly, I pity them. But most importantly, I pity you. And the reason why I pity you is because we live in a generation, in a society where, despite the fact that you know what is right or wrong, despite all the protests and all the movements, you still have the ability and the mindset to choose what is right and what is wrong. And the fact that you continue to raise your hand, to bruise a woman as if though she was some sort of paper that you could just paint all over. That is what makes me upset. The fact that you know your choices and yet you still, no matter how much pressure, you still decide to go against it. I understand that you want to be a man. I understand it. I understand the drive. I understand the pressure. But what I don't understand is how you can behave this way, let alone I don't understand how your friends, your male friends, can allow you to behave this way. I don't understand how many women need to be assaulted, how many women need to die, what sort of case we need to have in order for you to wake up. Maybe it should be your mom, maybe your sister, your girlfriend, your aunt. It could be anybody, but because it doesn't affect you directly, you think that it is okay. And you see, that is the mentality that scares me, as you are a person and as your friends know this type of behavior. The fact that your friends, the fact that men can actually sit around and condone the behavior, the atrocious behavior of other men, and just throw it under the rug as if though it never existed. See, that mentality scares me. When will you speak up? And you see, that's now another thing that I'm tired of talking about. I am tired of saying when. I'm tired of saying when, how, why. That is what I'm tired of. If you want to be secretive about supporting women, and honestly, I don't even think it should be a secret anymore. When will you speak up? When is someone close to you? Is that when it's not going to be a secret? It really doesn't cost much to sign a petition, to raise awareness, to reprimand your friends, to let people know of behaviors. Every time a woman speaks, it's as if though she says nothing. When her tears fall down her face, it's as if though nothing is coming out. When she screams, it's like no words come out. We've become transparent in society, and that again scares me. How did you, as a man who's supposed to be my protector, you as a man who's supposed to be my brother, how did you allow me to become transparent? How did you allow me to become non-existent? And when will I be allowed to voice my opinion again? When will I be allowed to come out again? The fact that the average lifespan of a woman doesn't depend on her health or her nutrition, but it all lies at the hands of a man. See, if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what does. You kill pregnant women. You kill the child before the child is born, and you kill the bearer of the child. Now tell me, what is your plan? If you kill all that brings life into existence, what is your plan? How do you plan to exist? You tend to forget that without me, you are nothing. And yes, I understand that without you, I am nothing. But do you understand that there are so many ways that I could live without you? So many ways that I could sustain myself and sustain life without you. So who are you? Who are you to lay your hands on me? Who are you to stick your little fingers in holes that don't belong in? Who are you? Now that I feel like I've I've just touched the surface with males, I am going to move on to my next topic, which is females. But before I go on to the females, I would just like to know from the males that your behavior, disgusting. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's really disgusting. Trust me, it's disgusting. Females, this is a very tough time for us. You know, it's a very hard time on us. It's the fact that I'm alive right now, the fact that I made it through yesterday and I made it through the morning. I'm glad, because there are at least more than 8 women that haven't made it right now, that haven't made it home, or they've probably died in their own beds. And I'm truly grateful. And the fact that you are here, you're watching this, I'm also very grateful for that. But just on a lighter note, I guess, just on some female tendencies that really do tick me off, let's get into it. Ladies, ladies, ladies. There's this sort of trend, this sort of mentality that women have developed that I really don't like. You know, women would be on some, he doesn't have a car, I don't want to date him. Or he doesn't have enough money. Or, he doesn't want to buy me gifts. Or, he doesn't want to take me out, so I'm not going to do that. Right? Ladies, the only time I think you need to have an opinion on stuff like that is when you yourself have those things, or when you yourself can afford those things. Don't be on some, but he still lives with his mom. When you know yourself, baby girl, you know you're still in your room that you got when you were born. You know you're still sleeping on the same bed because your parents haven't changed the bed, or maybe they've changed the colors a bit. But just because he lives in a house with his mom, and you still live in a house with your mom, where does that right come for you to say you're not gonna date him because he lives in a house with his mom? And another thing is, women like to say, I'm not gonna date this guy because he doesn't want to buy me LVs, or he can't afford to pay for my lifestyle. Baby, can you afford to pay for your own lifestyle? Because that's another thing. There's one thing with saying that he can't afford to buy me a 7K bag. Meanwhile, you yourself know that you can't afford to buy yourself a 7K bag. If you know that you yourself can't get it, you yourself can't afford it, then why specifically do you want to have a man do it for you? You are beautiful. You're smart. Girl, you got brains. You can actually make it so far without a man, like so far. I don't understand why you need to start crying when a man can't buy you a handbag. If he can't buy you a handbag, baby girl, why don't you buy it yourself? What's stopping you from buying that handbag yourself? Like, what is really stopping you from buying that handbag yourself? Because I don't get it. I really don't get it, and I don't like it, and I don't understand it when females say he can't even pay for my nails. Baby, if he can't pay for your nails, leave that business between the two of you and you go pay for your own nails. What is stopping you from paying for your own nails? What is stopping you from buying your own outfits? What is stopping you from paying for your own hair? If he offers, or if he says, I will do it, no problem, that is him being kind. But you yourself know deep down inside that even without him, even if he were to leave me right now and I wanted these things, I could still get them. So why cry? I don't get it. Why cry when a man can't afford you if you can't afford yourself? Oh, and this also goes back to males, because now you get these men crying, oh, my girl won't buy me a PS5, my girl won't buy me a PS5, oh, blah, blah. Boy, why don't you just buy the PS5 yourself? What is stopping you from buying the PS5 yourself? I genuinely don't get it when people do that. It's just a general thing. I don't get it. I just need someone to make me understand, why do you need to be so dependent on somebody else? Why is it that you need to rely so much on somebody else's wealth for your own lifestyle, for your own needs and wants? Why is it that you need another human to survive like that? You have the brains, you have the means, we have technology, we have apps, we have so many ways in order for you to make money. So why? Why do you need a man? I just don't get it. Why do you need a girl to buy you a PS5 if you can't afford it yourself? I don't get it. And there's honestly no reason, there's no point in you saying that, my girl can't buy me a PS5 or whatever, so I'm just gonna buy it myself. You don't need to take out their business like that. Some things are meant to stay private. And if it comes to things like that where you need to now talk about somebody else's financials, baby boo, you have no right to be in somebody else's financials. You as a person have no right to know how much somebody is earning, how much somebody is spending on what, on who, and why. It's not your money. It's not. Just because I'm your girlfriend or I'm your boyfriend doesn't mean that my money becomes your girlfriend or your boyfriend as well. Like, I could choose to date you and not want to spend on you. It's my money. Me just saying, will you be my lover? It's not me asking you to be the lover of my money. It's not. And I'm not going to have it happen. And I just don't understand why people would degrade themselves. I honestly just think it's humiliating, and it's sad that you would actually go as far as to say he can't afford this. Can you afford it? If not, keep quiet. If you can, keep quiet. There is no need for you to say, okay, I bought my own nails because my boyfriend couldn't do it for me. Okay, and that's supposed to be standard procedure. Before your boyfriend, who did you have? Before your girlfriend, who did you have? You had absolutely no one, and you just depended on yourself. So why does it need to become such a thing that is so well known? I just feel like, honestly, people just need to back off on people's financial stability, people's financial statuses. I honestly just feel like, you know what? Secure your own bag. If your man can't afford it, it's fine. You will work together to get to wherever you two want to be, but whatever you want, go get it with your own bag. There's no need to be like, baby, can I please have like 5,000 rand if you know you don't have 5,000 rand. There's no need. There's no need. There's no need. And with that all having been said, I also just want to add a little bit, whereas women, we need to stand together. These are some really trying times, and we really need to be with each other right now. We need to stand together. We need to fight together. I cannot understand why women would call other women ugly because of their skin tone, because of their face shape, because of the way that they look, how tall they are, how short they are. I don't understand. Just because I don't look like you doesn't mean I'm not beautiful. Remember, if you ever feel down and you ever feel like, okay, don't think I'm beautiful, baby, beauty is subjective. People will literally be like, you are so ugly, and you just have somebody that adores you and makes you their world. Don't let what one person says get you down. And honestly, lady, it's pathetic now. And this goes for males as well. It's just pathetic. It's saddening. It's disgusting. It's ill. For you to even say that a person is ugly based on their physical features, as if though you were sculpted in the perfect way, right? You were born like that, right? You were born perfect with no mistakes at all. I honestly just feel like, listen, you might think you're hot, but somebody else thinks you're ugly. So just stop. Like, there's really no need to be like, you're ugly, you're hideous, I don't like the way you dress. The way I dress is the way I dress. The way I look is the way I look. The way I speak is the way I speak. That is all me. And you have nothing to do with it. A couple of years ago, I didn't even know you existed. I didn't even know you were born, let alone somebody actually thought of creating you. So just don't. Like, let people be people. Let them do their own thing. You do your own thing. Stay in your own lane. And where it comes to a place where you guys both have clashes, sort it out together right there and then go your separate ways. There is no need to call somebody out on the way they look. There is no need to call somebody out on but you know what? Like, honestly, I just believe that we need to stand together in this trying times, both men and female, against these rapists, these abusers, these assaulting people, these bullies, whatever you want to call them. I honestly just believe we've come to a point where enough is enough. And it's not just a saying anymore. It should actually be a way of life where enough is actually enough. And this is where we need to just stand together and work together, because honestly, the more that we fight, the more that we keep blaming. I mean, if you're going to stand for Black Lives Movement, but you're not going to stand for gender-based violence, that's like, a bit hypocritical, don't you think? So if you're going to support one thing, make sure that you go the whole way. Because it's time that we just scrap this mentality of who belongs to who, who's an object to what, who said what. Honestly, if there's one thing that I've learned that has definitely gotten me through the past 2 years, is that you are your own person. You know, everybody's got their own little things going on. People on social media will show you what they want you to see. They will not let you see the scars, the pain, or whatever is going on behind closed doors. So honestly, you do you, stay in your lane. Don't get involved in unnecessary drama. Like, just don't. And by all means, we've all been saying, I want to be the change in the world. I want to make a change. There are so many things that can help you make a change now that need change. So it's about time that you actually picked up your pants and showed us the change. Get involved. Say something. Use your platforms. Do whatever you can, honestly, in all your power to make a change. One petition, one signature, one post, one story changes a lot. And just as a word of advice in closing, honestly, if you guys didn't know this by now, I feel like maybe you should sit up and listen to this. You as a person, you are somebody's role model. You are literally inspiring somebody out there to want to be a better person. They might not tell you up front, or they might not let you know that you are, but you are. So you need to live with that mentality of, I am somebody's role model. Somebody out there is looking up to me. And is this the person that I want them to look up to? Am I happy with the person that they're looking up to? Just remember, with whatever you do, even if you just have 30 followers, among that 30, you'll have one person that really, really stands you. I just hope that you realize it sooner than later. With all that being said, I hope we had a lovely tea time. And that was my unpopular opinion. If you are new to my channel, don't mind, you can just click here to get to know me a bit better. But despite that, I honestly really enjoyed your company. Do let me know what you would like to say that's on your mind, whatever you want to say, petitions, whatever you would like to do. My comment section is open down below. And don't forget to subscribe, click the notifications button, and I definitely will be seeing you guys in the next 2 weeks. Until then,